Hey guys, my name is Jessie Lee. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you've seen my other videos, thank you so much for all your support and love. Please like, subscribe if you like my videos, and hit the bell icon so that you get reminders of new videos in the future. But today I wanted to talk about, and I think it's something that I used to struggle with a lot, and I think if you're here, that's something that you're struggling with. But it is, you don't need to know the how, you just need to know the what. And I'm going to give you the formula that I think has really, it's something that's completely changed my life, and it's what I've implemented in my life. And if you do this, it'll change your life as well. So when we manifest things, when we want things, like when we desire, when we have a dream, I think a lot of us struggle with getting to the next step because we need to know the how. Now, when I started my business, I delayed it for a good 6 to 8 months because I needed to know the how. I needed to know how everything was going to work. I bought all these programs. I had to have my website because I just needed to know how everything was going to fall in place. And this is what delayed the process. And we have so much potential. Just listen to this for a second. We are creative beings. We all have this creative side to us. We all have the this creative part of ourselves where we don't access for most of our lives. And when we want something and we desire something, we dream of something, we never ever go after the thing that we want. So most of us end up just settling for a job with shit pay, and we end up working for 50, 60, 70 years of our lives with still having no money, with still not doing the things that we love, and for the most part being unhappy. And it's really sad to think that this is how most of us end up living. Now, I made the decision 2.5 to 3 years ago that I didn't want to live like this, because I remember asking myself, if this is how life is meant to live, then I do not want to live it this way. And I was like, this cannot be how life is meant to be lived, right? I had a mortgage. I was struggling with the mortgage. I was working so hard at a job that I hated, with a boss that didn't respect me, and I was literally like living off pay to pay and struggling. And I remember wanting to buy things for myself and I couldn't afford it, and I was just like, I just cannot keep living this way. And I was like, surely we were not put here, we weren't born into this world to and then died the same way. Like, this isn't how life is meant to be lived. I was like, if this is it, then I'm out. Literally, I was like, then I'm out. So I remember I made the decision to lose everything. I was in a 5-year relationship. I had an apartment we'd bought together. I was gonna get engaged, like everything, right? The fairy tale way of life. We're gonna have kids. I was like, nah. If I'm so unhappy now, then this is only going to make it worse. So I made the decision to leave, to call everything off. And the thing is, there was nothing really wrong with where I was at, which made it a lot harder because there was nothing to blame or no one to blame. But I knew I needed to do it. And I didn't have the answers at that time. I didn't know why. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew I needed to do it. I knew I needed to do it for a while, but I delayed. And so after I made the decision, I was like, holy shit, what have I done? What have I done? I made the biggest, the worst mistake of my life. And a couple of times I thought about going back. I moved out of the apartment, moved back home with my dad at 25 or 6. And I was like, wow, what a failure I am. But I knew I needed to find myself. Because I was like, there's more to life. And I knew that there was more to life. Because I did not sign up here to work my ass off, get paid shit pay, for a boss that I hated, at a company that I didn't like, at a job that I didn't like, to be stressing every single day. I didn't sign up for this. And so I took the time into it and I invested in myself because I had no idea who I was. I didn't like who I was. I had this voice inside my head that kept telling me I couldn't do any of these things. And the more I started to learn about who I was, the more I started to love who I was. And the thing was, this is when I fell into the law of attraction. This is when I fell into manifestation. And when I got told that life, that I create my own reality of my life, I was like, this is it. This is it. This is what I was searching for. And I knew that that's exactly what I needed to find. And I found it. But the thing is, going through this whole journey was so hard because I had all these paradigms. I had these limiting beliefs. I had these programs that, was really hard for me to kind of let go of. I was still stuck in that mentality of working 9 to 5, of, what society thinks that, how society thinks that we should live our life. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't have all the knowledge. I didn't know what I was doing, and therefore I was really struggling at that point. And so what really stopped me and delayed me with everything, right? Every time I was trying to manifest more money, a relationship, things that I wanted, I struggled really hard because I had this thing that was like in the back of my mind of, how is this going to work? How? And this how came from doubt. This how came from not trusting in the process. And most of us end up living this continuous programs, the matrix life, and they all end up really unhappy. And this is why I was like, I don't want to be unhappy. I want to live in freedom. I want to live in abundance, in wealth. I want to make my own money. I want to earn all the money that I want. I don't want to be capped. I want to be my own boss. I want to be my own boss. I want to do something that I love. And I want to be me. I want to be me. So when I made that decision and I started this business, I struggled with the how. The how kept lingering. And most of us don't pursue what we want to pursue because we don't know how it's going to play out. But the thing is, you look at everyone that is successful, everyone that's achieved what they wanted to achieve. These 2 people that climbed Mount Everest, right? They didn't know how they were going to do it. They just knew what. They knew what. And all it takes is for an amazing idea, a great idea, and to get emotionally involved and to make the decision. So this is the formula, and this is what really changed my life, because I was struggling to start my business. I was struggling to manifest the things that I want. I manifested $10,000 in 14 weeks because I knew I'd made the decision that it was done. I didn't even remotely think about the how. See, the thing with our subconscious mind, with our programming, with our limiting beliefs, with our identities, our stories, right? They all creep in and go, well, you're not going to be able to achieve this. This isn't going to be able to happen, because it's just your programming. And your program, your subconscious mind, is just working off habitual behavior, habitual thinking. So what happened when I manifested $10,000 and when I started my business, I just knew what it was. So get super clear on what it is that you want. Super clear. How much money you want, if it's money. What holiday do you want to go on? What business do you want to start? Right? I love helping people. That's it. I'm going to help people. done. And make the decision. The moment you make the decision, it is done in the spiritual realm, and then get emotionally involved. We use our 5 senses, but we have so much more than just 5 senses that we have access to. We have the imagination. We have everything else above all. We have our spiritual, we've got the universal laws, the law of vibration, the law of attraction. Now you think, everything that you think and feel, you attract, because you're vibrating, right? Everything that you think and you feel is what you're attracting into your reality. So if you keep thinking of the things that you don't like, then you're going to keep attracting the things that you don't like. It's because it's a universal law of vibration and attraction. Everything is vibrating at a particular frequency. We are all energy. When you look at us under a microscope, we are all tiny little atoms that are made up of energy. So we're all vibrating at a particular frequency. Now, depending on the frequency, depending on the level of vibration that you're attracting at. So if you are thinking of like negative things all the time, then you're attracting negative things into your reality. Now, if you're attracting more high frequency things, like things that make you feel good, then you're going to attract more of the things that make you feel good. That's a universal law. Same with attraction. When you pay attention to the certain things, you're attracting that of which you are wanting to manifest. So when you get the thinking done, the law of attraction, you get really clear on what it is that you want, and then you get emotionally involved, which is the emotions, right? Energy, emotion is just emotion. You put the law of attraction and the law of vibration into place, then it's already done in the spiritual realm. It just takes time for it to physicalize. So get very clear on what it is that you want. Get emotionally involved. How does it feel to have the thing that you want? As though you're in first person, really feel into the state, the version of you that already has the thing that you want, and make the decision that it's already done. The moment you do that, it's already done in the spiritual realm. Now, the more you can be disciplined and the more you can be consistent with being in that end result, things will move into your reality to line up with that. But the problem is that we let our subconscious mind take over. Consciously, we've made the decision, right? We've made the decision, and this is where most of us get tripped up. We want to know how, but the how is so irrelevant, because things happen beyond what we can imagine, beyond what we can physically see. We can't see energy, or to certain points we can, right? But for the most part, we can't really see the energy. So we have to have that trust. So knowing what it is and getting emotionally involved, and then being disciplined and consistent, you're taking out all of the how, you're removing the doubt. And when you put that discipline and you hold that discipline, right, you're consistent, your subconscious mind will have to match up. See, this is the thing, right? Consciously, we make the decision. It's just like saying, I'm going to lose weight. You've consciously made the decision, but then subconsciously, your subconscious mind takes over and goes, I'm not going to work out. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't feel comfortable working out, because it doesn't work out. Your subconscious mind doesn't like anything other than what it already knows. Now, your subconscious mind has been programmed throughout your whole life of certain behaviors, feelings, and emotions, right? So your mind, your subconscious mind, is just running off old behavior. If you lived in an environment where your parents struggle with money, then your subconscious mind only knows that money is limited. So without you even realizing, you're subconsciously thinking about how money is limited. Just think of how you pay bills. Just think of how, how you pay for a holiday, how you deal with money on a daily. It's going to determine how your programming is around money. So we consciously make decisions, but we subconsciously our subconscious mind stops us from doing the things that we want. And that's why when we have brilliant ideas and we want to start the business, or we want to change, we want change, we don't actually change. We don't change. It took me so long to change because I had to get uncomfortable. I had to change my programming. Right? My programming was, had all these stories about money was hard to make. Like, I'm not worthy of being able to run a business. No one's going to listen to me. This is all just my subconscious programming. It's not the truth. So I had to reprogram my subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is controlled also by feeling. How we feel. How does it make us feel? When we get triggered by something, when we get emotionally triggered, it's always because our subconscious mind just reminds us of something that happened that made us feel a certain way when we were younger. So if you have a certain thing around money, money could make you feel anxious. So every time you deal with money, it makes you feel anxious because when you were younger, you saw your parents and your parents were so anxious all the time and it made you anxious. So just remember that you are not your subconscious mind. And when you can put in discipline and consistency and you have that awareness that you are not your subconscious mind, you're able to change those habits. You're able to change the emotions associated around the things that make you feel a certain way. So it's all about making the decision, getting emotionally involved, which is what we can all do. But then it's about being disciplined in the goal and in your manifestation. So the more you can be consciously aware of how you feel and what you think, the more you're able to reprogram your subconscious mind. So when I was manifesting $10,000, I would go to the shops, right? I would go to the shops and I would always look at the cheaper option because my subconscious mind just was programmed to do that. Because I had this belief around, needing to save money. Money is limited. So I'd always look at the cheaper option in things. And so when I'd go to the shops and I was manifesting $10,000, I'd already made the decision. It was already done. It was already done. But when I would go to the shops and I would look at something and I would look at the cheaper option, I would straight away cut that out because I would think that, no, I have $10,000. If I had $10,000, I wouldn't need to go for the cheaper option. And so I changed how I behaved around every single thing towards money. When I would pay bills, rather than paying bills so anxiously, I would pay bills as though it was so freaking easy because I had $10,000. And so I kept reminding myself of having the $10,000. Now at the time, I only had $20. I was living pay to pay. I had a mortgage. No, I didn't have a mortgage at the time. It was gone. I just had no money. I had no money at all. I was living pay to pay. I had $20 in my account, but though I acted as though I had $10,000 because I knew it was going to happen. I got rid of the how and I focused on the what. And the more you do that, the more you program your subconscious mind. You're not letting your subconscious mind take over. So just understand your capabilities. And if you take those steps, you will actually, your life will change. You're allowing the change. But most of us don't even allow ourselves for change. We don't allow ourselves to even entertain the idea that we could, potentially be successful, or we could potentially start up our own business, or we could potentially earn more money. So start entertaining that idea and get super clear on what it is that you want. And don't shy away, go big, because you are limitless. You can create, you can achieve anything that you want, no matter how tall you are, no matter how short you are, no matter your life experience, no matter your education, it doesn't matter. You are limitless potential. You can achieve anything. So get super clear on what it is that you want, get emotionally involved, declare that it's done, make the decision that it's done. And then all you need to do is just be so freaking disciplined and not let your subconscious mind take over. And this is conscious awareness, being so aware of your mind and remembering everything is habitual behavior. We run off a program because we are so conditioned, we are so used to our programming. Just imagine like someone trying to work out. I remember when I used to work out, it took me a long time to get into the habit. The first 5 days or 4 days or week, I think it was a week, maybe even longer, it was really hard for me to work out. But I pushed myself. I got really uncomfortable and I pushed myself because every morning when I woke up, my subconscious mind said, nope, you're not doing this today. Good night. Because I was not used to waking up early and working out. So I pushed past and I ignored the subconscious mind. I kept pushing through. My mind kept going, you're not doing it, you're too tired, or you didn't get enough sleep, or you're going to be late. It would think of every excuse under the sun. But I kept pushing through, and then it became easier and easier, and then that became my new habit. Because we are creatures of habits. We just need to replace the habit. And by replacing the habit is being consistent of it. So the more consistent you are with the thing that you are wanting, the easier it becomes, and it will show up in your physical reality because it has to. So give yourself the chance. Give yourself the chance, give yourself a lot of love, and know that you can do it because you are the creative one. So I hope this video has helped. I'd love for you to comment below on what resonated with you and declare what it is that you are wanting to attract and manifest, because you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You are the powerful one. Thank you so much for being here till the end, and I'll see you next time.